Hello, I'm R.T. Kendall, and I thought I'd talk a few minutes again today about my latest book, These Are the Days of Elijah, just out a couple days ago, and I now have a copy. And I want to talk to you today about Jezebel. It's amazing how the Jezebels of this world get into a church, and there have been books written on the Jezebel spirit. And what is that? Well, it's a controlling spirit. It's when Jezebel not only wants to control her husband, but controls any man of God and is threatened by a man of God. Now, the amazing thing about Elijah, when you see how strong he is on Mount Carmel before the prophets of Baal, he is fearless, he is bold, and lo and behold, because he slaughters all the prophets of Baal, Jezebel said, I am going to make sure that you're a dead man 24 hours from now. Who would have thought the great Elijah would be intimidated by a woman saying things like that? But he was scared to death, and he was on the run. The very same Elijah. You know, this book says how God uses ordinary people to do extraordinary things. You may not have thought Elijah as being ordinary. But he was. He was an ordinary man. He was just like us. And I think for those of us who know what it is to have a Jezebel in the church, and I've had them. In fact, I think more than one. I've got to be careful what I say here, but it's true. A strong woman in a church can be intimidating, and you find almost always that they were that way at home. Their husbands were afraid of them. And then when they get into the church, they threaten, they want to control, and it is amazing how many ministers of the gospel have been scared of this kind of spirit. Well, it's not just because it's a woman. And by the way, a Jezebel spirit can take over a man, so it doesn't have to be a woman. Here's what happens. The devil gets in, and you want to blame the woman when in fact it's the devil. The woman is just masquerading. And one must remember this. Don't ever take it personally when somebody persecutes you or is out to get you or to destroy you or to ruin your name. I know a man, actually he's in heaven now, one of the most powerful preachers in the world who was intimidated by women. And there have been stories about that. Well, I'm saying if you know what it is to have someone who is intimidating and trying to control, first of all, remember, Elijah was like that. And I suppose if we're honest, we all know what it's like to be afraid. And the fact is, it's the devil. Well, here's what happened. Elijah was on the run. He thought he was a dead man. But there was something else. Jonathan Edwards said, when the church is revived, so is the devil. And after a great victory, which Elijah had, it should not surprise us that the devil wanted vengeance. A friend of mine that I got to know in Russia some years ago said to me, he's never known a case, but when the devil is intimidated, he will try to get vengeance. Well, this is the way the devil is. He keeps a record of wrongs, and he's determined to try to get even. Well, and one thing he does is to remind us of our past and our failures. Oh, by the way, the next time the devil reminds you of your past, remind him of his future. And remember, the devil always overreaches himself. Well, Elijah now on the run and goes to the southern part of Israel, and there he's discouraged, he's depressed, but you also need to know that he's tired. And the devil will attack us when we are tired, worn out. Well, the next time I think I'm going to give a talk like this, I want to say more about Elijah under the juniper tree. That's the King James Version. I think most versions now call it the broom tree. God bless you. Until next time.